Welcome back, everybody, to yet another episode of Two Severed Heads. I am your host, the Metal Meta Knight, and with me, as he is every week, is the man, the myth, the legend, horror artist extraordinaire, Mr. Steve McGinnis. How's it going, buddy?
Good. How you doing, man?
Good. Excited this week. We were planning on bringing a show about. We've talked about the Final Girls. You know, the Final Girls get all the attention, and deservingly so. But the final guy, or the last man standing, as we're calling it today, they don't really get, I think, the credit that they deserve anymore.
No, there's not many of them in horror.
Yeah. So there's a bunch. There's a lot more than I thought there was going to be, and we're going to talk about that. But as well, we got a special surprise for you. We got artist Rob Cicetto with us to talk about a campaign he's got going on right now for the Zombie Handbook, which we're going to talk about. I met Rob, I'm going to say, one of the first Frightmares, I think.
Really?
But yeah. So yeah, we're going to bring him in. Also, we got the Metal Minute to talk about and on this day in horror history. So stick around for those. Just a heads up to everybody in the Niagara region or northern or western New York, if you're in the area and you want to come down to the Scotiabank Arena or Scotiabank Center in Niagara Falls, Ontario. The 420 Con going on, 420 Expo. We'll be there doing our Puff podcast. Table 30, I think. I might be wrong. I may have had some of the devil's lettuce before the show. So yeah, come out. Well, you'll see us. You'll see
I
us.
love your eyes in that logo.
Just look for the big cloud. That's where we'll be. So some celebrities out there, free autograph or not free autographs. Sorry, free selfies. I think they'll be doing autographs, but I think you got to pay for those. But everything cannabis out there, come out. That's going to be a fun time. But without further ado, let's bring in our guest, Mr. Rob Cicetto.
Nice.
How's it going, man?
How are you guys?
Good. Thanks for coming on and doing this.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was talking about the first time I met you. It was definitely one of the first Frightmares. It's back when they still only had half the convention center. It was small, but and I picked up this gem from you.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So you've been doing this a while. What's your origin story, man? How long have you been drawing period, and how long have you been drawing zombies?
Oh, well, you know what? I think I started really kind of drawing and getting into the groove of it when I was like 5. Because of dinosaurs, man. I think like almost every artist, you start out doing dinosaurs because dinosaurs are, so cool. And they're kind of you don't ever you didn't really have to get them right all the time. You could kind of make up your dinosaur type of thing, and so that kind of led to horror movies like kaiju and like Godzilla movies and things like that. I was super right into those for the longest time. Still am like a huge Godzilla kaiju fan, and that led to, so I was watching a lot of Toho, like Godzilla type movies, and then one night they had like a movie called Attack of the Mushroom People in with the Toho movies, and it was a Toho movie too, but it was called Matango in like the Japanese version is called Matango. But when I saw it, it was Attack of the Mushroom People, and it was terrifying. Like if you watch that movie even today, like it's a scary. It's close to being a zombie movie, and these people like are stranded on this island. They start eating the mushrooms, and then they start turning into these mushroom like people, and it's scary, man. So that was kind of the conduit to get me to into the horror, like the real horror type movies. And I loved zombies. I thought zombies were so cool because you could play them for laughs. You could be super serious with them. The gore effects and that really intrigued me, right? So drawing that kind of stuff, and the kids at school would egg me on, like draw a guy with an exploding head, or draw a guy half his face is rotten off or something, and I was like, yeah, I'm making friends with my drawings, man. So that just continued. And then by the time I got to like college, I was already working in the field, man. I was already making money, man, doing jobs, like all sorts of jobs, like any art job that came down came down my way, I would do. Yeah, the zombie thing kind of really kicked off in 2006. I didn't know what the hell I was going to do with my career. A buddy of mine saw one of my zombie portraits I had done of myself and my wife at the time. And he said, "Hey, you know what? That's kind of cool. Let me build you a website real quick and see how it does." And literally overnight, it like blew up, man. And that Cary Grant one was from the Zombie Wood book that I did after the Zombie Handbook. So
Nice.
yeah, man. Yeah, and that was just Ahead of the Living Dead, George Romero, of course.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Here's one of my faves right here. I got this from you at Shock Stock. I think
Yeah,
this
Nazi
was
zombies.
that's when I met you on probably 2009 at Shock Stock. You were just
Okay.
down from me, and
Okay.
I grabbed a few of those ones, and I'm like, oh, these are awesome, man.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. I love that. And I've got so like since doing the zombie portrait thing, I started doing the Zombie Daily thing, which I still do today. After all these years, like started 2009, I think. So zombie drawing or painting every single day, posted online, and still doing it, man. So
Unreal.
yeah,
That's awesome.
thanks.
Yeah, zombies for me, like I said, I'm going to be 50 in 2 years. So zombies for me, I think we've talked about this on the show. I think that Return of the Living Dead was my first exposure to the zombie world, and then from there I went back and saw obviously Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and all those great movies. But yeah, that was the thing with zombies was, like I always say, like when it came to slasher types, Michael Myers was the one I was always afraid of the most because he's the most realistic. Just some big dude, some psycho. He's not supernatural. He doesn't come in your dreams. And but zombies were the thing that it was you, it was me, it was your friends, it was your family. Aside from what am I thinking of there? The disease that dogs get when they go rabid.
Oh, rabid, yeah.
Rabies.
Rabies, yeah. Sorry, yeah. Rabies. Like it was, mixed with some kind of flu. I thought, like, shit, man, this shit could happen. Like people are already crazy enough, So yeah, zombies and it's just like the masses and it's the apocalyptic times and going back to the Stone Age when society breaks down, and it was just terrifying to me.
Yeah, they seem like they're an absolute, like the closest thing to horror that could actually happen.
Yeah.
With some sort of like science, bullshit happening and scientific shit going awry, and then the next thing and it's like the fear of crowds, like and stuff too, fear of people. Yeah. I've sort of developed this like over time because I work from home primarily, and over time I kind of developed this agoraphobia thing, or like I would get panic attacks when I'm in crowds.
Yeah,
and that helped me, like literally, like I would harness that fear to work, like to do drawings, because like I would be afraid, and I'd have to leave a building or whatever. Like I left a school reunion thing once because I couldn't stay there. I had to get out because I was panicking and shit like that. So those things, those real things sort of factor into the work, right, too, somehow. Like everything kind of does, I think, when you're an artist, like like everything you experience kind of goes into the work in some way, whether it's something that you see or feel or experience or whatever. I think it kind of get right, Steve? Like
for sure.
I think, right?
Yeah. You put a little piece of yourself and your experience into everything.
Yeah, I think so.
And that's the thing with art and film and music. It's usually the most impactful movies and the most impactful songs, metal in particular, come from a place of pain or fear.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've been a huge metal fan. Obvious. Well, I don't know if it's obvious, but for like the longest time, like since high school, and liking Accept and Priest and like
And all the great album covers, I'm sure.
oh come on, yeah, man. Like I mean, that's what sort of captivates you to. That's what sort of draws you in. And having done album covers myself, except never for like metal albums. Like I've done country, western, rap, like all kinds of weird. Yeah, man. And no one has ever hired me to do like a fucking gore drenched album cover.
Like you would be perfect for like a death metal, like black metal album,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, some deathcore or some
right?
metal or something.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's weird. I've never done a rap album cover. Like just a regular garage band type, a feminist punk band. Yeah.
Wow.
Why did I do it? That was one of the worst experiences of my life. But there's a whole story with that, but I'm not going to get into it right now because But yeah, that was whack, man.
Man, we need to get you with like Death or like Napalm or something like that. Like,
yeah, hook me up, man.
Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah. That's I told my kids like that's something it's unfortunate. I mean, I know vinyl has made a little bit of a resurgence, but I mean, I don't know how much of today's youth is actually. I think it's more of people from our age maybe collecting, but the joy and the excitement of going into a record shop and looking at these very cool new albums and buying the record solely based on like, man, this looks cool. Let's listen to this, right?
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
What do you remember the first album you ever bought with your own money?
I think what I know it's going to sound weird, but with my own money, probably Appetite for Destruction.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and the weird thing was I'd read like I used to read all those rags like Hit Parader and Kerrang and all that shit, and I read about Guns N' Roses before they were even a thing. And like the article was like, oh yeah, one guy's into like screwing animals and another guy's into he's a heroin addict and blah blah blah. And I was like, oh fuck, this band seems pretty fucking cool. And then I see them the fucking out of the tape at fucking a record store that was in the mall or whatever. And the three of my friends went in. And I said to my buddy, I said, Tom, buy this fucking album. We'll listen to it in your car. If you don't like it, I'll buy it off you like right away. But I go, I read about these guys. And they sound really cool. So we sat in this car, listened to the album top to bottom. And he's like, I don't really like it. I'm like, fuck, here's my $8 or $9 or whatever. And like 3 months later, they're fucking gigantic, right? They're huge. Yeah. And, here's my buddy Tom buying it again, because now it's cool to like them, right? So, but yeah, I'll never forget awesome. That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Mine was Twisted Sister's "Stay Hungry."
Wow. Okay.
You guys are gonna laugh at me. Mine's the first Kiss album, the very first, like the with Black Diamond and everything on it.
Wow.
That's the first one I bought.
Wowee.
Yeah. I joined the Kiss army.
Kiss is one of those things that I should like but don't.
Oh yeah, I loved them up till I was about 8 or 9, and then I jumped to Sabbath and Ozzy right away.
Okay. Yeah.
I was never the biggest Kiss fan. I had a cousin who was, the Kiss mega fan. And I remember when they did the whole reunion tour with the makeup and everything and all that. And I'm like, I'm a big concert guy, and I'll go check out, just about anybody. And I went, and they put on a really, really amazing stage show, right? So I thought I got to bring. They hit a. That was in Toronto. They ended up hitting Buffalo, and I ended up taking my cousin. And man, like, you want to see a grown man cry, like.
Wow, really?
Yeah, he was so excited, man. It was like taking your kid to his first hockey game or.
Wow, good for him.
Yeah, so that was actually the first concert I actually brought my kids to was a Kiss show.
Oh, really?
All right,
that's awesome. Did you paint them up? Were they all
yeah, we were all painted up. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Hey man, you know what? There's nothing wrong with Kiss. I don't mind them at all, but I just I can't stand what's his face,
Gene Simmons.
Simmons, man.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that guy. Fuck him.
No.
Yeah.
Nobody likes him.
For that.
Yeah, like a buddy of mine gave me his book on tape, and I listened to that ugly cocksucker fucking just bullshit his way through an entire fucking CD or 3 CDs or whatever the fuck it was, and I'm like, yeah, fuck you, Gene. You know what? I don't care. I don't care. If it ever gets back to him, I'm nobody anyway. So you know, it's not gonna hurt him that bad. But
to your house, eh?
They just sold, so I heard they sold just sold their entire catalog, rights to their book and everything. It was for $300 million. And I thought, okay, you know, like
what?
Why not? But then I was reading into it, and they're still retaining a small residual percentage. And get this, the kicker, hence probably why Gene only let it go for only $300 million. They hold creative control over certain fucking decisions still. It's like, really?
No way.
Let it go. Just let it go, man.
Yeah. So where it's played, how it's played, where people can play it, like in a movie, so to speak, or whatever.
Whoa.
Right. They have hoarded themselves out to the extreme, like with
that's
everything.
Yeah, that's what makes me sick about him. Like, I remember him talking about, like, oh, I used to buy comics just so I'd sell them. He goes, I wouldn't even read them because I didn't really care, but I knew I could make money, so I'd go like door to door and like try to sell these comics I bought for cheap. And I'm like, fuck this fucking guy.
No shit.
Like, just that alone was like, okay, you know what? You're shit, man. Fuck you. You know.
All right, so let's talk about the Zombie Handbook and your campaign you got going on here.
Yes, sir. Well, man, 2008, at the end of 2008, Ulysses Press from California just emailed me, and my friend and I were out watching. I think the first Batman, the first Batman movie, not the like the goth one, but the Kevin the Nolan one.
The Nolan ones? Nice.
Yeah, and so we got back, and again, my wife at the time goes, "Hey, this publishing company wants to know if you want to write and draw a zombie handbook." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And they go, "Yeah, they apparently think some pile about zombies, man, because you've got that Zombie Daily thing." And all that. They saw that, and they gave me the opportunity to do it, and I said, of course, fuck yeah, like I'm gonna do this, and it was great. Yeah, there's a fucking happy little zombie there, and so yeah, we went into it, did it, man, like. It was rough. I almost quit like a couple times. Yeah, they wanted to, like, there's about 3 books worth of stuff that we did, and they just they kind of really condensed it, and the format that they wanted us to sort of put everything into was really tough to do. And all this stuff. So, and I'd drawn, I think there was probably over 200 illustrations in that book. And a lot of them were shrunk down, so small. And there's so much detail in a lot of them. So whatever, I was like, okay, fuck it. I'm not going to think about the bad things. I'm going to just think, positive. It's a fucking book they're giving me to do. So, of course I'm going to be happy about it. Stick to the happy things. Right. So yeah, it was great. I got royalty checks, man, for quite a while, and all that. And then so it's been out of print now for a number of years. But everyone keeps asking me about it, like, oh, where can I get that Zombie Handbook? And I'm like, you can't, because there's none around. Mm-hmm. So the rights reverted back to me, and I decided, fuck, let's print it again. But
nice.
Let's do it in a way that we make the artwork a little bigger. We redesign it. New cover. There's a new cover for it, which was a fan poll pick out of 2 different covers, so yeah, reformatted and all that stuff. So this is what the campaign is all about. There's some awesome perks in there, like I've done some 3-dimensional skull, like zombie head drawings. There's like tutorials, and there's zombie portraits involved in a lot of the perks and all that stuff. But holy shit, man, this is one of the toughest campaigns I've ever done. Like, we've been up for 20 some days, and we're at like 15%.
Oh man.
So, like, crowdfunding things are always like remove part of your soul. Like you end up aging, rapidly when you do them. In the beginning parts before you start it, during the motherfucker, and then after when you have to do all of the send everything out. Yeah. But I'm looking forward to that. If it works, I hope it does. But fuck, it looks bleak, man. And a lot of it has to do with just the way the algorithms are with social media are done nowadays, and anything that they deem as a promotion that they're not getting a fucking cut of, they'll diminish your views and this, that, the other thing. And I really thought that people wanted to get the Zombie Handbook again. I was under the impression that it wasn't like I went to people and asked them. They were kind of coming up and telling me like, oh, I would love to get that. And so I really thought it would be a lot more brisk in terms of people signing up. And so that's where I'm at right now with that. I hope it works. I'm rescanning all the artwork. I'm going to probably use some new artwork for a couple of things here and there. Mm-hmm. And like I said, we're reformatting everything. But yeah, that's kind of where it's at right now. And like we're, I think, at 15%, which is crazy because all we're asking for is $6,500.
Yeah,
that's jack shit. Like that's nothing. We did a GoFundMe for a couple of friends whose house burnt down a couple of weeks ago, and we were asking, like the thing was for $5,000, and they made that like in one day, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why is the Zombie Handbook such a hard sell? So yeah, it's just freaking me out, and so that's where I'm at right now with that.
And people can go to any of your social medias and get hooked up.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, go check out Rob's work.
And we got to spread the word too. Yeah, people need
the campaign.
I can't thank you enough, guys. Like, I mean, I really appreciate it so much. It means the world to me that anyone is helping me out with this, because one man can't do everything, man. It's tough, especially if you're an art dude, man, on planet Earth in this current time, this current time in history, man. Like it's a fucking hard sell, man.
You're just joining us. This was a piece I picked up from Rob a few years ago. Homer Simpson, absolutely love
so
it.
Cool.
Go check out his stuff. Go check out the campaign. Great artist and great guy. So let's get this Zombie Handbook out. But you're gonna stick around for the rest of the show?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
If I'm done so for now, then I'd love to, man.
No, we'll definitely plug you, and we want everybody's 2 cents. So if you got any questions for Rob, throw them in the comments, and we'll get them out there. But in the meantime, and if you have a favorite final guy or last man standing, throw it in the comments. We want to hear from you guys, and let's. Then we got the horror news of the week. We got our Metal Minute, and we got On This Day in Horror History. So stick around for those. Always a good time. But yeah, a lot of final guys, man. And I always try and go in somewhat chronological order. So we're going to go back to, the whole final person thing. I don't think really, took off until the Scream Queens really started taking credit for it. Our Jamie Lee Curtis's and stuff like that. But they've definitely been around for a while. And one of my first ones was Mike.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
That's old school.
Mike from Phantasm, played by A. Michael Baldwin. He was actually in every single sequel.
No way.
Yeah, including 2016's Ravager, which we were just talking about last week, Steve, which Angus Scrimm was actually in. He died shortly after filming the last Phantasm movie.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know you're gonna love this one, Steve. A couple final guys here: Last Man Standing or Last Man Swimming, I guess.
Oh shit!
Yeah, a movie that scarred anybody from that didn't, I guess, grow up around the ocean, maybe including me, because
I don't even like getting in the bathtub because of
I
that.
hate deep water. But Hopper and Brady from Jaws, 1975, Richard Dreyfuss and Roy Schneider, they survived.
Yeah, that movie left a scar on me, man.
Yeah,
And hence the term "out of the water," because you're not out of the water until you're out of the water.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like in my car driving away, man.
Nothing more terrifying for me for just being in deep water, man.
Yeah.
What about you, Robert? Are you a deep water guy?
You know what? I rarely go to the beach or things of that nature, but once I'm in the water, man, I don't want to get out. Like I want to fucking stay in it. Yeah, I know it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
I almost drowned once too. Yeah. My brother saved me, man, and I almost drowned. And I'm like, no, fuck, I'll go back. I'll go back. Yeah.
Whoa.
And I'm a water sign. I'm a Pisces, and I hate swimming,
too.
and I don't eat fish.
What? Is that right? I'm a Pisces too, but I like fish, man. Fish are okay.
Wow. Damn. That's wild.
Another one of Steve's favorites. Again, a duel here. But did they? Were they both? Were they both last man standing though? I mean,
Their last man freezing, I guess.
yeah, at least one of them was, I guess, right?
Yes.
Childs and McCready from The Thing, 1982. Keith David and Kurt Russell. Yeah. What did you think the first time you saw this movie? Were you thinking one or the other, or?
Well, I honestly say to this date it's Childs, because remember before they sieged and blew up the whole Arctic outpost there, they were filling up McCready's old Scotch bottles with gasoline, and then at the end, McCready has one of them and he hands it to him. And he's like, I figure we're gonna sit here for a while, and he's like, right, and the guy takes a drink out of it, and so right away, that's gasoline in that bottle.
Is that right? God damn it! I never picked up on that. I was going to say, where is the jury on this currently? And it's always Childs. They always say it's Childs, but I never knew that of that angle before, man.
Yeah,
and I've only watched it 75,000 times.
To his credit, Steve is a super fan.
I am. I know. I can recite that movie word to word.
Right? Oh my god! Let's do a road show of that. Let's go on the road, man. We'll play every character, man.
That would be so awesome.
Steve McGinnis's one-man show.
Yeah.
Run off stage, run back on as a dog.
Oh, that's great. That's great, man.
This movie, I remember watching this movie again when we talk about these 80s movies. I was obviously way too young to be watching these movies. And this one, I remember the unsettling feeling I had the entire time watching this movie.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Seeing Thomas Howell as Jim in The Hitcher. Oh yeah, this movie just wow. I'm getting goosebumps right now thinking about it.
Yeah. With Jack Ryder, right? With Rutger Hauer. Yeah.
Rutger Hauer, man. What a talent.
Right.
Jesus Christ. That guy could sell anything, man.
Yeah.
Right up to Hobo with a Shotgun. The guy, he's a replicant, could do that, fantastic soliloquy on top of the building and then do Hobo with a Shotgun, man.
Right.
Yeah. Hitcher was great. Hitcher was fantastic, man.
We just watched Blind Fury the other night for the first time in quite a while. What a great movie.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Blind Fury's great. Split second, if you haven't seen it, or The Bloody Heroes. The Bloody Heroes, that apocalyptic one, that was great.
Yeah.
One I just picked up. I picked up, I think, last year or the year before, Deadlock. I know it's got another title due to legal reasons, but the copy I have, it's called Deadlock, and it's he's in a prison with no walls, no fences. You have a collar on and you're tethered to someone else in the prison, but you don't know who. And if either you get outside the perimeters.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember that one
vaguely from way back. Yeah.
I don't know that one.
Never saw it top to bottom though.
Whoa, that's cool.
Next up, it's such a big following for these movies. I mean, there was a sequel, but I don't think any of the originals were in it.
No.
Oh,
I think
shit.
the Frog Brothers were. It was the Frog
Were they?
Brothers.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Yeah, Sam and Michael, Corey Haim, Jason Patrick, and the Lost Boys. I've never really been into the whole vampire thing, but this movie was so huge when it came out, given the cast, obviously.
Yeah. So are we going to say the old grandfather at the end was the final guy? Or the two young guys? Because the old guy lived too at the end. Remember, he was like,
that's right.
I've lived here for 40 years and it's full of vampires. Remember that old guy?
This guy's still kicking. He's been in multiple sequels, and he's in the new TV show, which is season 3.
Oh, damn.
Andy as Alex Vincent as Andy. He was in the original. He was in part 2. He was in the Cult of Chucky. He was in the Curse of Chucky, and he's now in the TV series.
Holy shit, eh?
Damn. That's great.
Yeah,
That's a career, man. That's a whole
No
career.
kidding, eh?
right. That's it. It only takes one, man. It only takes one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you watched this, Steve. We did a show on body horror, I think, and this was one I never heard of, and I went back and I watched it, and I'm like, you gotta watch this movie. It is the ending was so twisted.
Oh, Society.
Oh shit! Yeah.
You told me about this. I had no idea, and I watched it, and I have not been the same. It is the most disturbing movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, that ending is like there's not enough hot water and soap in the world to get you clean after that.
Is that Brian Yenza or Brian? Yeah,
Billy Warlock.
That's it.
But the
from Baywatch
director.
fame. The director, I'm not sure.
Okay. I thought it was him, but maybe I'm wrong too.
Yeah,
but I remember that movie from way back too. Yeah,
that was twisted, man.
We've had 3 actors to play Tommy Jarvis.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
probably one of the more famous final guys. Of course, Corey Feldman, John Shepard in The New Beginning, and Tom Matthews in Jason Lives. And he was in another one, wasn't he? Wasn't he in 2?
Yes, I believe he was.
Yeah, I thought so.
And he's in the video game too.
That's right. Yeah, and he's the only person to survive 2 movies.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, because the final girl from the first one, she gets killed at the beginning of the second one, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
This end scene too. This is one that's just ingrained in my brain when I think of this movie. That ending scene of her coming into the kitchen when he's sitting there at the table.
Oh gee, I knew that's what it was when you explained it, man.
Yeah. Lewis, played by Dale Midkiff. Hello, darling.
Oh,
yeah. One of the best. I remember that movie got shit on so badly too, and I loved it. I was like, "What is everyone talking about? This is like gold, man. Horror gold, man." Yeah.
And when Gage got hit, that was brutal.
God. Yeah. And he's just sitting
he's
there
under the bed with the scalpel and
yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
That scalpel slice.
It's better.
Yeah. Fred Gwynn. Yeah.
Another movie that I don't think got as much credit as it deserved because it was a great movie, Wes Craven movie, 1991, People Under the Stairs.
Ooh.
I've never seen that, man.
You've never seen that?
Really?
Oh, I know that's whack, man, but I'm gonna buy it sight unseen because I've just heard that it's great. Yeah, when I see it, I'll pick it up. But
Brandon Adams played Fool, who was the last man standing in this one. He got the upper hand on the creepy couple that owned that house, or couple, if you want to call them that.
Yeah,
this movie's we talked about this a couple weeks ago. This movie's actually being remade by Jordan Peele.
What?
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Tread lightly. Not a horror movie, but we're talking zombies today, so I had to include this final guy, Simon Pegg.
Nice.
From Shaun of the Dead. I love that scene at the end. He goes into the shed and he's playing video games with Nick Frost as a zombie.
Yeah.
Those two are gold together.
They are.
Yeah. That was a groundbreaking movie, man.
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
No, there's two versions of this, and I had to go back to make sure, but Doug does live in both of them. 1977's The Hills Have Eyes, as well as 2006. Martin Spear played him in the original. This is Aaron Stanford. He was Pyro in X-Men.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I love the Aja version, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Alexander Aja version, like the update, like the new version of it. I love it. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, it's really
Super-
well done.
Yeah, gore, like just really
Oh.
unsettling. Aja's great, man. Like that's a dude who doesn't get his due in horror. Like he did the Piranha remake, which
Oh,
could have fucking been a zombie movie, man, with all the gore at the end. Like, holy fuck, people falling apart, like faces getting ripped off. Fuck, man, that was like that was awesome. That was one of my favorite movies of all
Was that
time.
the one with Jerry O'Connell?
yes.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
he ate his, he's like, do I still have my dick when they drag him out of the
Yeah.
water?
And he doesn't. His dick is sinking and it gets eaten by the that fucking movie, man. That's one of my favorite movies of all time, like bar none.
It's a
And
fun
I know it seems kind of weird because it's a remake of Piranha, but no, that's a great gore fest, man. Holy
It
shit.
is.
Yeah, underrated, man.
Yeah.
Big time. That,
I'm
you're
not
right,
a
that
person
end
who,
scene-
who shits on remakes because you know what? If you can do it better, go for it, man.
Yeah, man.
It's
Yeah.
not going to ruin the original.
Yeah.
I hate when you're going to ruin the original. No, it's not. It's
No.
just a different movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the original still exists, man. Why are we talking about this?
I really like the new Roadhouse. Like, really liked it.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it for what it was, man. It was like,
Yeah.
just a popcorn fight
Yeah.
fest,
That final fight was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Moving on here. This guy lived, at least in the first movie, but then we end up finding out in part 5 that the first movie was a prequel to this one. Oops, wrong picture.
Oh, shit.
Final
yeah.
Destination.
Oh.
Darren Sawa,
Yeah.
Alex, also from Idle Hands. Yeah. It starts in The Flight to Paris, but in part 5, we actually find out that one's a sequel to that one.
That's right.
That's right. Wow.
And I love those movies, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
They're
are
fun.
so good.
They're
Yeah.
fun. Like they're so fun. Yeah.
Yeah, they were like one of the movies that really invented the kill scene.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Reinvented.
Yeah. The all the interesting, inventive ways you can die.
Yeah.
Like, what was the one with the tree trunk going through the guy's head?
In
traffic?
2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was great. Like, fuck, man. What's not to like? It's so
I don't drive behind lumber trucks because of
yeah,
that.
right. It's like Jaws, but with wood.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Again, this is one of those ones I think is on the fringe. You mentioned Predator before we started with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I didn't even have him on my list, but it's one of those movies that kind of sits in the middle with, Aliens and this next one. But a lot of people argue it on our show and say it's a horror movie. So
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cooper from Event Horizon, played by Richard Jones, also was in Santa Clarita Diet. He was the cop neighbor, if you've seen that.
No.
Yeah.
My friend loves that show, but I've not seen it. But I love Event Horizon, man. And
Yeah.
but kind of doesn't the end sort of suggest that there's still some hell fuckery going on where the door kind of close and I don't know, it kind of seemed like dun dun dun, like it was, there's going to be more type of thing,
I kind of got that feeling too, because weren't they screaming and stuff at the end, and then the doors closed, and then it was kind of like, whoa, what the hell's going on?
I thought maybe the screaming happened after the doors closed, but I can't be sure. I know
Well,
I watched it recently again, but what's that?
It's been a while since I've seen it as well.
Okay. Yeah, it's
yeah. Anytime I get to talk about this next movie, this was one of those game changers, and it didn't get a whole lot of credit and exposure. But I think when we talk about this movie, I always say it's usually these great foreign films that get remade in America. This was a Canadian film, and they remade it over there, which I think says a lot. And of course, I'm talking about 1996.
Cube.
yeah.
And Kazan, who makes it to the end, played by Andrew Miller.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, they wouldn't even have made it out of there if it wasn't for Kazan.
No.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Yeah. That was directed by Vincenzo Natali.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he did a lot of great. But he got fucked on that movie because I think he sold the rights to that European company for the movie because I guess he wanted to try to make some money back, and he got fucked over on that. Then they made like a couple of sequels after that in Europe, right?
Yeah.
And then I think there was one more Canadian one.
Really?
Yeah, something tells me there was another Canadian one. I don't know. I could be wrong about that, but
Wow.
I love those, man. Those Cube movies, those are fucking great.
They're awesome.
More inventive deaths.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned this one before we went live, Steve. George Clooney
Oh yeah.
as Seth in Dusk Till Dawn. Now, we know he survived this one, but did he survive at the end of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes? I'm just kidding, George Clooney. You're trying to forget that movie. I know he watches this show, so everybody always forgets he was in that. Everybody always forgets he was in Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
I love that ending when they walk out of the bar and he's like, "Were they like cokeheads?" And then George is like, "I don't care how much cocaine you do not explode when you hit sunlight."
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Were they like cycles?
Yeah, were they cycles?
Were they like cycles? Yeah. Cycles do not burst into fucking flames when the sunlight hits them. I don't care how crazy a motherfucker is.
That's it. That was awesome.
Yeah,
I went to the theater, what was it? Definitely 2 times to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, it was worth.
I'm not a huge vampire fan, but this is one that I really loved.
Mm-hmm.
Recent Oscar winner for Oppenheimer, Cillian Murphy, really put the scare into everybody when they introduced a whole new breed of zombies.
Ooh.
Yeah.
20 days later.
Damn.
Yeah.
Running zombies.
Yeah. I love that guy. Cillian Murphy's great. Or Cillian
He's
Murphy.
awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite type of zombie? Do you like the slow brain eating zombies, or do you like the fast flesh eaters?
Me?
Yeah.
You know what? I kind of think that both. I kind of think that both like can exist or do exist in the same can exist on the same thing.
Yeah.
Like the fast ones are the newly
Right.
changed, and then the slower ones are the more rotted and kind of like scavengers maybe. Like
Yeah.
I was always like, why are we debating which zombie is which when both can exist equally and explain why?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was always like, I gotta be the game changer on this, man. I can't like,
I like it.
everyone's always debating it, and I'm thinking, well, why? So yeah, I like both. Yeah. Like Return of the Living Dead, man. Like they were fast, they fucking talked.
Yes.
They had some semblance of like memory. Yeah, like you can't say brains without people fucking knowing that you're doing a zombie.
Yeah.
Like that's canon for fucking, that's the zeitgeist of humanity. Fuck, like that's part of societal fucking things. That phrase. A lot of people don't even know where that comes from, but that movie was like huge, man, pivotal. Yeah.
We first started deciding to use it as a catapult to giving to charity with the Welland Zombie Walk. Originally, we had thought about giving it to a brain cancer research.
Wow.
But, we ended up deciding on staying local and giving it to a local food bank, which I mean they feed as well. So.
Yeah. I love that angle. Yeah.
We got a few left here. House of Wax in 2005. Nick, of course, was the last man standing in this. I mean, it definitely wasn't the Vincent Price original.
No.
But it did star. It was the film debut of Miss Paris Hilton.
Yeah. I love that one. I just watched that again recently too.
There was one scene though that was pretty harsh in that, where he was trying to pick the skin off the guy. Remember?
Yeah.
He was still alive. Oh.
Yeah. I remember that. Oh, that was great, man. Yeah.
You want to talk cringe? No movie that came out this year or in a lot of years had that cringe factor like this movie did.
Oh man.
Oh.
Yeah,
Hostile.
Hostel 2005. Paxton, played by Jay Hernandez. He survived this one, but at the beginning of the second one, his girlfriend ends up finding his headless corpse in the kitchen, and then we see a box being delivered to the head honcho at the Elite Hunting Club.
Nice.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So I guess you don't get away.
It's hard to survive too. It's hard to survive too.
Yeah.
I feel have done it. Yeah. That's why. What's her name from Scream? That's why she needs to get paid. Sidney Prescott. She survived how many of these? Like, come on,
yeah.
pay the woman. Pay the woman. I like the original, but this one was. I see. This is why I like remakes, because I thought this one really did it justice.
Oh damn! Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah.
The Oliphant, not who would have been my first pick, but really killed it in The Crazies as David. They end up escaping the city as it's blown up, but then we see a satellite image focusing in on them, and a message come across the screen that says "Initiate containment protocol." So, did they get away?
Did he get out?
Yeah.
You can only hope.
I love that guy too, man. He's
great at everything.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah. Come on the show. This next one, Cabin in the Woods.
Oh damn.
Chris Hemsworth as Marty. I had to go back and finish this one because I don't know, for some reason this one just didn't resonate with me, and I did go back and end up finishing the movie, and I mean it was definitely worth it just for the merman. But I don't know, it had potential. This movie had potential. I don't know, for some reason it just didn't do it for me. I don't know.
I
love the concept.
I fucking loved it. Like the
a lot of people do. I'm in the minority on this one.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know what? Sometimes that happens. You're just not in the mood for that particular type of thing, and it doesn't work. And then when you revisit it a month later or whatever, you're like, "Holy fuck! What was I thinking?" That happens to me all the time, and that fucking movie blew my mind. I loved it, and obviously the ending, but I mean, I wanted to see where they were going with it because
so much potential for sequels for that one.
Oh my god! Yeah. Yep. And prequels too, right? So yeah,
the creatures, like the prosthetics, like the werewolf at the end, and like that Cenobites and everything. That was amazing.
Yeah. And I loved how they went for. They showed like different parts of the world. The same thing was kind of happening, but they were overcoming the things, like the little Japanese girls turning the demon into the frog and all that shit. Like the fucking lore was amazing in there, man. I thought there's
definitely a lot to like for me that I did enjoy. Just that it was the movie as a whole. I think I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Down to our last few here. A couple more recent movies. This one I'm on the fence about every new Saw movie that comes out because I'm just like, how long can they keep doing this? But I've said it time and time again. I think the writing really is what keeps these movies good, because for a movie that's gone this long and to have very few holes, if any, is exceptional. And Spiral was no different. I thought it was really good.
Me too.
Yeah, I thought it was very interesting, like the way where they took it. Yeah.
Chris Rock, of course, as Zeke. At the end there, Emerson calls 911 and gives Chris Rock the choice to shoot him or to save Samuel L. Jackson, his dad. SWAT ends up triggering the trap. He shoots him, and it's revealed that the gun is affixed to him. And it's basically like, suicide by cop, right? Is what he was hoping for.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really lit him up, eh? Holy
shit, yeah.
That was crazy, man.
Yeah.
There were some brutal kills in that one, too.
Yeah.
Great performance by Mason James as Finney in The Black Phone. It was one of my favorite movies in the last few years.
Same.
I did not see that.
Oh, you have to see that, Rob.
Really?
It is so good.
Okay, well, that's streaming right now. I might even fucking watch it tonight.
Do it.
Yeah,
you'll love it.
I highly recommend it for sure.
Oh my good. Okay, you know what? I was really I heard mixed things, so I was like, man, I could either keep it, take it or leave it. Really, I wasn't really. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. Well, hey, man, I'm getting good recommendations from dudes who don't know their shit. So yeah, man, I'm watching it then. Thanks, guys.
That's why I really try to avoid reviews. And if somebody wants to tell me how good the movie is, I'll take that. But I don't always still watch them. Like not a horror movie, but for example, a movie that for whatever reason I didn't watch and just didn't think about it again for years, that I just saw for the first time, was The Accountant with Ben Affleck. And
Oh my God!
movie!
Yeah, that's a
What a
fucking
great movie!
Yeah, Jay Barenthal in there, fucking, he was
Yeah.
fantastic.
Good
Um,
movie, man.
You know what? That similar thing just happened with me with Titane. Because Titane, I fucking put off for maybe a year, who knows, and I watched it and I was fucking blown away. I thought it was one of the, and I'm a huge fan of body horror. I love body horror stuff.
Nice.
And that movie was fantastic. And wow, how they sold it. And I mean, I like European movies too. So it kind of checked all the boxes for me. It's fucking great, man. I loved it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you seen Malum then?
No, I've not.
If you like body horror and everything, see Malum.
Yeah. You know what? It's on my list of it's in my queue. I just haven't had time. Had time. But no, Malum's in there. Yeah.
It's not a happy, good feel movie though. Brace yourself.
Oh yeah, I know. I've heard things.
Yeah.
That's the one with the cops, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
What was the other one? James Wan movie, Steve, that we were just talking about. Oh man, it was so messed up.
Oh. Malignant. Yes.
I love that movie.
What a
wow.
That was great. That was great.
Trip, eh?
Yeah.
Damn.
Anyways, we're getting down to our last two. So yeah.
Oh, Belko.
Oh yeah.
My kid told me about this movie. I'd never even heard about it. And my son had mentioned this movie to me. So I was like, all right, I'll check it out. But Mike, played by John Gallagher Jr., who also was in 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Love that movie, man.
Movie. It was
Velcro, yeah. I remember that from that's pretty old now, eh?
It's really old,
yeah.
That's like everyone's dream, eh? Just to take out the whole office.
And last but certainly not least, definitely the king of the Last Man Standing. I mean, who else is it? It's Ash.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Ash is the man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one survived more hell or more deadites or more anything than Mr. Bruce Campbell. So we love him for it. But yeah, that's our last man standing. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Still, we got a few minutes left, so if you got a last man standing that we missed, throw them in the comments.
Good list.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you don't usually think of those, eh?
Yeah. On to our horror news. Blumhouse is apparently in talks, and I think it's already happening.
What?
They're actually going to be redoing Blair Witch.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Why though?
Exactly.
Why though?
Right.
It's been done. You can't get that magic again.
No.
I know, right?
No.
As I reach for my notes that I dropped. And also this week we got our first look at Christian Bale in Maggie Gyllenhaal's Frankenstein movie that also stars Penelope Cruz, Annette Bening, and Peter Skarsgård.
Wow.
Okay, I'm in on that, man.
Yeah.
It might suck, but I don't know, man. I'm a fucking Bale fan. So
I'm a huge Frankenstein fan. So
yeah, likewise, yeah.
People from the 80s or maybe you're just a nostalgia freak or pop culture guy will love this one. But the original creators and minds behind the Ghoulies have a trilogy in the works. Jeffrey Levi and Luca Bellovici, the OG creators, said they have a trilogy in the works. So I'm sure it's either going to be terrible, awesome, or awesomely terrible.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
Both.
Late Night with the Devil is doing awesome. It's holding at a 97% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, 82% audience score. It's pulled in $9.3 million, so not bad.
Have you guys seen it?
I have not seen it yet.
I want to see it. You saw it? Where'd you see it?
I fucking saw it at the theater, baby.
Nice.
Yeah. Fuck. You know what? I don't want to give anything away at all. I just man, as a sort of period piece, they captured the period, the 70s, like so well. The possessed girl, like the possessed girl, was fantastic. Man, there was so many like cool sort of shocks, and again, a lot of like backstory lore that sort of beefed it up. It wasn't just like a one-off sort of flash in the pan type of thing. So there's a lot to fucking devour in it. Yeah, and the main actor, I can never remember his name, but you know, you've seen him in a million things.
He
Like
was the polka dot man, and
yeah.
Right.
And he was in Batman, The Dark Knight, I think, or one of those. But fuck, man, that guy's awesome, man. And I love weirder, lesser known actors personally too. And he's great in it. Like he's just great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but very tight film, and you guys will love it. I think.
Cool.
Yeah, I had to see it at the theater. I don't fucking go to the theater very often at all. Like I only go see big movies, right? Like Endgame and fucking Godzilla and shit. Like I'm gonna see Godzilla probably next week, but I had to see that, man, because I had to see it. I was like, this is intriguing shit, man. So,
yeah. I've been trying to find out where to see it. Like the theater around here wasn't playing it, so I was like, damn it. Yeah.
Where are you again, Steve?
I'm Brantford.
Brantford, okay.
Yeah.
I think like Sudbury's not that. I was kind of surprised they had it here too. To be honest, they had it in Silver City.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that was surprising. But like, if you're in Brantford, I
know it played 1 week here at the drive-in. At least I don't know about the theater. I didn't actually check the theaters, but it was there for 1 weekend at the drive-in.
Oh shit!
Where are you, Steve?
I'm in Welland.
Oh, okay. So yeah, again, like that, I would have thought that it would make the theaters there.
Yeah.
You know,
I was surprised they had Poo Blood and Honey too.
Oh, really?
Still playing, actually. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah,
Wow.
that's strange. I don't know how any of that stuff is picked or anything really.
No.
But well, I'm glad it's doing well because it deserves it for sure.
Oh,
Right on.
it's good to see a renaissance in horror lately. This is nice.
Yeah.
People who were hoping, maybe read this story earlier this week that there was some fans out there that basically remade and revamped the same game as the Friday the 13th game that was released a few years back. Of course, it since has gone non-existent on its platform for the online play. You can't even purchase it any longer. They have been hit with a cease and assist from the original makers.
What?
I mean, the Friday the 13th franchise is just the legal limbo the movies have been in over the last 10 years. It's so discouraging for the fans. Like, make some money rather than one of you's making all the money, man. Like,
yeah.
I know Sean Cunningham and the people who retain the rights. He owns the rights to the character Jason, is what it is, and then the studios own the rights to the Friday the 13th name.
Really?
Which is why we're getting the Camp Crystal Lake by not calling it Friday the 13th. They can use the Jason character, calling it Camp Crystal Lake. I think it's going to be on Peacock.
Yes, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Fuck, even Disney and Sony get along, man. Come on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Those two can get along.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always look forward to these, and my girlfriend, she questions the 18 years we've been together when I get excited about movies like this. But now, no, not shooting yet, but starting shooting in April of 2024 in the south of Wales from creator Craig Roberts is a movie about killer squirrels called The Scurry. Go down.
That is awesome.
I loved Slaughterhouse. I loved Zombievers.
I love Zombievers too. Oh yeah, I fucking watched it. I was like, wow, this is actually really well done for what it is, right? Like,
have you seen Slaughterhouse?
No, I have not
No, I
yet.
haven't.
It is so. No movie's been talked about more lately than the Pooh, Blood and Honey Part 2, which is currently at theaters, and it debuted at 100% at Rotten Tomatoes.
Jeez.
What?
It has since fallen to 52%, but the fan score is still a respectable 81. So,
Holy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have no interest in that at all, to be honest, for myself. Like, I don't know. It's nothing.
We recently found out from creator Fraser Wakefield that the Pooniverse is coming at us in the next couple of years, which include Bambi the Reckoning, Neverland Nightmares, Piocono, Pinocchio.
That'd be a better name.
Yeah. This has spawned, of course, all kinds of great posters.
You sent me the trailer to the Bambi one, right?
Yes.
That was crazy, man.
Yeah. Moving on. Yeah. Moving on to our trailers. Movie trailers. A lot came out this week. Bambi, The Reckoning. Little teaser trailer. I think it's only about 30, 45 seconds long.
Yeah.
But, pretty awesome little teaser. I'm definitely going to check this one out.
Oh, that's cool. I love that.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, I was impressed.
Mom. Did it. Other trailers we got this week. Maxine, of course, starring Mia Goth. When I remember seeing the original trailer for X, and I was really excited. I thought this movie had, real potential, and it just wasn't for me.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm with you on that one too.
Yeah.
Pearl didn't do much better for me.
No, I was like, I thought these are supposed to be like real horror movies and stuff, and they kind of had like a couple of horror elements, but
Yeah.
like I don't
But
know.
July 5th, Maxine is hitting theaters, and along with Mia Goth, this movie. Now I watched the trailer, and again, trailers can be deceiving. I thought the trailer looked really good, and the star power they have got: Michelle Mohagan, Bobby Carnival, Kevin Bacon, Giancarlo Esposito, and Lily Collins.
No
Wow.
way.
Okay,
So
pretty stacked cast there.
Yeah.
Not bad.
another trailer that I watched today, and it looks freaky, and I cannot wait to see this movie. We've been talking about it for a couple weeks. It was all the rage that it's been playing. So
Yeah,
Ooh, yes, I must see this.
yeah. Make sure this one hits theaters.
yeah. Heard things.
We also got a trailer for the remake of Speak No Evil. This one is going to be starring James McAvoy. Comes out September 12th. Of course, this is a remake of the Danish film that came out in 2022 and was all the rage at the film festivals.
Oh, that's right.
Did you guys see that?
I
No.
still haven't been able to find it anywhere. No,
I can't find it.
It is on a streaming service. That's where I watched it, and
Okay.
I just don't know. It's either Prime or Crave or something. It's not Disney, but I don't know. Like I watched it and was kind of indifferent about it. Like
Really?
yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of a build up, but it left me kind of like, oh, okay, and yeah, not like I mean. There's no real kills during. I shouldn't give it. I shouldn't say anything. But I'm just for myself. I was like, I guess I had heard a lot of hype around it. Like, oh, it was this. I thought it was like people kind of made it out to be like this gory, like fucked up thing, and it is kind of fucked up. But it's not like excessively gory or anything like that.
Really?
Yeah, it kind of let me down.
Oh,
To be
man.
honest, yeah.
One movie that's out right now that definitely did not let me down, because right from the second I saw this trailer, I could not wait to watch this movie. And I watched it a couple nights ago, and I gave Steve my take, and I fucking loved Baghead.
Oh my God. I still have to see it.
Oh, and it was so good. And then I
Steve.
went to Rotten Tomatoes. It is
Yeah.
it is not being well received by critics or fans.
Really?
How did you see it?
Where did I watch? I'll tell you after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll edit
Sorry.
that out. Yeah, I think it's like 29% on Rotten Tomatoes. And again, take that for what it's worth. But it's like I absolutely loved it. And Steve knows. Like I always tell when I start a horror movie, because she is not a horror movie person. I always tell him when there's a horror movie that I start that she cannot finish. Like she's a trooper. She sits through some real shit, but she could not do this one.
Poor
Wow.
Amber. I feel so bad for her. With those.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for it and I was like, wow, this looks really, really good.
It was really cool. I really enjoyed it. So
Good.
and that's the news, everybody. A couple segments left. Quick, our Metal Minute. There was quite a bit to talk about in the last couple weeks since we've been on last in our Metal Minute, but I had to choose between a couple stories here. Within 24 hours, videos of Limp Bizkit playing Lollapalooza in Argentina were up over 100,000 views. And if you saw the footage, I just love South American crowds. At
They're insane.
they're so
Look at that.
Shit balls.
Yeah, they absolutely killed it at Lollapalooza. Of course, they're going on tour this summer with a few acts, Corey Feldman included.
Oh no! Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
saw one
go.
of his concerts, man. They're
I love a freak show, so I'm gonna go check it out.
yeah.
Last time I saw Limp Bizkit, like I've seen them, I saw them at the height of their fame at Skydome. I mean, we're talking, it was like 60, 70,000. It was cool.
Holy shit!
And then I saw them a couple years ago at a bar in Buffalo.
Was Wes Borland with them back then?
That was when Wes had just gotten back together with him. Yeah,
nice.
The only person that wasn't there was DJ Lethal because he was on tour with House of Pain at the time.
Oh damn! Because Wes is a very underrated guitar player. Like that guy is talented as hell.
Yeah. That dude's a creative genius, man.
He is.
Yeah.
I say him and John 5, they're both up there as like some of the best.
Yeah.
Not a metal band per se, but if you listen to their Skull and Bones album, at least half of that album, it was definitely metal. So you know what, Cypress Hill can do metal with the best of them. And The Simpsons didn't predict this one. This one's happening because of The Simpsons.
No way.
It's finally happening.
Oh yeah, I heard about this. Yeah.
London Symphony Orchestra at Royal Albert Hall, July 10th, 2024. And I'm not gonna lie, I've looked at flights.
Nice.
I've seen Cypress Hill a few times. I love Cypress. I think I've got every one of their albums, man. Like fucking CDs, still on CDs, man. And you know, House of Pain. That was my shit back in the day, and I fucking still love them too. Like the Judgment Night soundtrack, that fucking Take a Bite Out of Rhyme fucking album. Holy shit, man. Like not only great songs, but fucking fantastic musicianship and playing and arranging and everything in those fucking things, man. Yeah, super underrated stuff, man. I love that stuff so much.
I've seen them multiple times, and they're scattered all over my playlist. But when my kids were younger, because obviously the content of smoking weed and I didn't want them to be repeating songs, whatever. So I had a version of their greatest hits in Spanish that I would rock around the kids.
A buddy of mine fucking gave me a mixed CD with all the Spanish versions of their shit. Yeah.
No way.
Oh yeah. The same guy who didn't want the Guns N' Roses album. There's the fucking full circle for you there. Yeah.
They played St. Catharines at a small bar years ago, and I actually got to meet Sendog. So that was a pretty cool moment for me. Yeah.
Oh shit!
But that's our metal minute. And last but certainly not least, on this day in horror history, back in 2003, we've got the release of House of a Thousand Corpses.
Ooh.
It took him a while to get that movie out because I remember seeing his first solo tour post White Zombie, and they showed a trailer for it during the concert.
Wow.
And I mean, you're talking that's like 3 years at least before that movie came out.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Wow.
It was a hard sell for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Big Rob Zombie music fan, not so much as movies, but yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that was so I do these cons, and I mean, me and Steve have had some big, pretty big names on the show, and I get to host panels at Niagara Falls Comic Con and Hamilton Comic Con. And I don't usually fanboy. I've never really been a big, oh my god, I'm about to meet this person.
Me neither. Yeah.
The times I have was doing meet and greets with Phil from Pantera when he was playing with Down. I was shaking, man.
Wow.
I went to shake his hand. He kind of went like this, pulled me in, gave me a hug. He's like, "How's it going, brother?" I was just like, "Oh my god, it's Phil from Pantera."
Wow.
And again, staying in the metal world, it was Al Jorgensen from Ministry. Meeting him, I was just like, it was like
Uncle Al,
royalty, man. I was just like, oh my god, yeah,
that's big.
And Rob Zombie, when I got to meet Rob Zombie in Scranton, Pennsylvania, that was pretty awesome too. So.
Scranton,
that's awesome.
Wow, that's awesome.
And also on this day in 1983, we got the release of the Toxic Avenger. And you want to talk fanboy? Well. Fan Expo, I fucking fanboyed hard.
Yeah,
Uncle Larry.
Yeah,
that's a great pick.
That is.
Yeah.
So Rob, tell everybody again where they can check out your campaign and your art.
Well, just go to the Indiegogo site and look up the Zombie Handbook, or basically, if you're following me on any social media like Instagram or Twitter or X or whatever, or Facebook, or man, like I've pretty much insinuated that link everywhere that I can, man.
Send me some of those links too, like on Facebook, Rob, and I'll post them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And we're going to share them on our page as well. I know I kind of flashed them quick for everybody there, but you can go back and watch the show, or you can just go check out the Two Severed Heads or Ryan's All Things Geek Facebook page and get those links. And help support the campaign, man. Let's get the zombie.
Let's get this book made,
man.
Guys, I can't thank you enough. That means the world to me. And God damn it, I had a great time with y'all.
Yeah, this was a blast.
Some of Rob's art here. You can check out more on his social media pages. He's got tons posted. Just fantastic.
Love that one.
Next week on the show, join us as we're going to have, 2 weeks from this Thursday, join us on the show as we're going to have guest fellow Canuckle Rye Barrett is promoting his new movie In a Violent Nature. So we're going to have him on talking about that. I checked out some of it and it looks pretty fucking cool. So
it looks crazy, eh?
It has some Harvester
it has Harvester tones, right?
Yeah, I feel like it. Yeah, I feel like it. Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And again, the 20th of this month, 420 Expo, Niagara Falls, Scotiabank. Come check us out. I think it's table 30. I really should have wrote that. You can't miss it. You can't miss
Evil weed.
For Rob Scicciano, for Sir Steve McGinnis, I have been the Metal Meta Knight, and this has been another episode of Two Severed Heads. We thank you for joining us. See us again in 2 weeks, everybody. Have a good weekend.
Bye-bye.